What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the NGMI podcast. It's me, your boy, Scott. Wow. And we got a couple other people on this podcast. There's Kevin Lyons over here. We got Jack Dytrych over there.
Howdy.
Give me your best, not your voice.
Howdy.
You
just repeated what I said.
Don't say the same thing he said. Come on.
Partner. All right. There we go.
Welcome back to the NGMI podcast, where there's just a few guys goofing around talking about random stuff. We don't really know what we're going to get into most of the time. We try to come here with some topics, but it's all randomness, and it's all about, failures and successes and trying to make it through life. And sometimes randomness is part of that.
Yeah, just three random guys goofing.
We're not random, we're brothers.
Three blood brothers goofing. Goofing blood brothers.
Goofing brothers.
All right, so I know that we are actual blood brothers, but
Yeah.
you were kind of estranged at birth and you lived with another family. So
Sure.
I'm curious what it would have been like to grow up with you in our family. What do you think it would have been like, Kevin, like growing up with Jack in the family?
Not as good.
What the hell? You little bitch.
That's fucked up, man.
I'm just saying.
That was savage.
I mean, we had enough people in the house already.
Yeah, you guys got a big family.
We did have a lot of people in the house. It
Yeah, the
was
house used to be popping at one point.
me, Dave, Doran, Kevin, in order of age, lowest to highest.
I will say, I grew up with a sister, but I never had, a brother. So it is nice to be here with you guys as a blood brother.
Yeah, my mom always wanted a sister, and she said,
You mean
every time she was, praying it'd be a sister, and she always got a boy. And she was just like, well, whatever, I give up.
For mom, that would be called a daughter. You may have wanted a sister.
Yeah, your mom wanted a sister.
She wanted to give birth to her own sister. Yeah, so on the last podcast, we put up some Zendaya posters. There's tons of posters all over the walls. We're going to try to be a lot more descriptive for the audio listeners, just so you guys know. Also, if you're on audio, give us one of those 5-star reviews. It really helps us out. We appreciate it.
Oh, yeah.
Follow us, favorite us on Apple or Spotify. If you're watching, give us a like,
Yeah.
Just toss us a quick like. It's nothing to you. You can leave a comment. We try our best to respond to everything. Jack's usually on it with that, and sometimes I log in and comment back and stuff. Kevin doesn't do shit.
I look at him.
I look at him.
I look at him. I read
I'll
him.
watch a couple minutes of the podcast.
I watch
Oh
all
my
the podcasts.
God, you sound so much like your dad, dude. Like
What are you talking about?
the little things that you do. What are you talking about? The quick.
Learn from the best.
Yeah,
Yes.
you gotta learn from the
Our
best.
father.
No, remember your real father, but you've been living with some fake family.
Wait, so
yes.
if I'm 24, whose dad would I have been if I was entangled into your family?
You're 24. My oldest little brother is 25, right?
And he,
Oh
does
my
he have
God,
the
no,
same
he's
dad as Kevin?
27.
He's 27?
No,
he's
he's
not.
26 and a half.
Is he really?
He turns 27 in
He's
October.
old.
Oh my God. He's
But
2.5
in
years younger.
1997, who was your mom with?
In 1997, I believe she was still with my father.
So we would have had the
been
same dad.
Same dad. Same
How,
dad.
how
vibes.
old were you when your parents separated?
I think it was like 9.
Okay. And yeah, so you're like
So-
6 years older than me, or 5.
Actually, I might have been 10.
Okay.
I'm
so
5
yeah.
years older than you.
So I would have the same 2 parents as you.
Yes.
Fuck you, Kevin.
No, fuck you.
All right.
And
had
then
the
you don't know
cooler
what's
parents.
cooler. You don't know which one was cooler.
No, I do.
Oh,
Which family household was more fun?
Our house
Who
is
knows?
popping.
who knows? Okay.
I had a lot of fun in both households. I'll be honest. They were both great. Yeah, we got a couple things planned for you guys. Oh my God. I got off topic talking about audio
Uh-huh.
after I mentioned the Zendaya posters.
Yeah.
One of them fell off the wall. So we gotta when we get new posters.
I thought
we're
you were
gonna
going
have
to say something like, Zendaya followed me on Instagram. I thought there was going to be this big moment about Zendaya.
No,
It's just
no
a
exciting-
poster fell off the wall?
no exciting
Kevin, hang it
news
back up.
there.
But it's,
Actually, the coolest thing that
We
happened.
don't have tape.
Just throw it over there. Throw it off the couch. Oh, dude, you could have made it land softer. Zendaya's on that
Yeah,
poster.
you just threw
I'm
that with
sorry.
such force.
you said throw it up.
Actually, I had one cool Marvel thing happen to me, which was Lexi Rabe or Rabe. I'm not sure how you
Who's
pronounce it. She's Tony Stark's daughter in
Oh.
the movies. and she used my song Super Average in one of her like
Damn.
videos on TikTok and reels that had her at the premiere with all the cast of the movie.
At the Spider-Man No Way Home premiere?
Yeah.
That's cool.
It was really
That's
cool.
sick. So
I was like,
she's a Scotty Sire fan.
I don't think she is.
Tony Stark's daughter.
She's really young.
How would she have
she
found that
shouldn't.
song if she's not a fan? Because it's called
TikTok.
Super Average.
TikTok.
Is it blowing up on TikTok?
TikTok.
But is it like blowing up on TikTok, or
It's doing well on
like,
TikTok. It's
okay.
what was interesting to me and also really cool is that my top city for the song is Moscow, Russia.
Nice.
fuck?
Like there's a lot of people in
That's cool.
Russia and Germany and shit listening to the song. So it goes United States and then I think Germany, then Russia, then like France.
The analytics for our podcast is like 94% United States, and then Australia is the next one.
Damn.
Oh yeah,
We've got some Aussie fans.
we love the Aussies.
Yeah.
We love the Aussies.
I would love to
Absolutely.
go to Australia.
Oh, it's so cool.
Is it?
So pretty.
Aren't they like a day ahead of us?
They are.
Yeah,
They're like living
I
in
think
the
they're like
future.
19 hours.
Yeah, they know what's happening before us.
Well, it's happening at the same time.
Well, but like a bit ahead.
No, that's not how.
I mean, it's
time
still
goes.
happening simultaneously.
Yeah, but they know before us.
No, they don't. If there's
All
like
right.
a glow, if
They get it like
a
19
meteor's
hours
come,
ahead.
You're kidding,
I know,
right?
but if a meteor's coming towards
Yeah.
the Earth, okay.
Thank God we find out he's not that dumb. Whew. Shit, we would have had one blood brother with no brain cells.
I mean, he did think in a previous episode that George Clooney was the president, and
Okay,
didn't know
come on, that's
who
not that
George
bad.
Clooney was at that.
That's not that
That's
bad.
not that bad.
He doesn't watch a lot of movies. We got into that later.
Hey.
So he didn't really know who George Clooney was,
Give me a
which is still fucking odd. But like,
Very
all
odd.
right.
I still don't know.
As far as being descriptive in the audio, I just want to let you guys know Kevin just took a sip of water. Kevin just took a sip of water for anyone who's listening. We don't have to be that descriptive, right?
No.
That's okay.
Next time I'll slurp so they know.
This
Scott
turns
just
into
took
ASMR.
A gulp of water.
That was me swigging from my water bottle.
Wait, let's give our best ASMR.
Fuck that.
Come on.
What kind
No.
of ASMR? Like sexy ASMR, like small voice, or
Just
like
ASMR.
a
Just
sound?
do the most satisfying thing you think you can think of for audio listeners.
Go ahead, you do yours. That's probably the least satisfying thing for anybody.
No, dude. I know they do things like, because my girlfriend actually likes ASMR, and they like weird sounds like.
I don't have nails.
Okay, so give your best ASMR.
Something satisfying to me. Okay.
Like it could be like we like satisfying sounds,
Satisfying sounds.
like combing through your hair or something.
Okay, satisfying to me. Oh, Scott.
Oh my!
Please.
That's not ASMR, bro.
That is. There's certain ASMRs that are a little dirty, okay?
With your two
Dirty
brothers sitting here,
ASMR,
bro.
dude.
Come on.
What?
With your two brothers sitting here, you're gonna do that, bro.
Look at the picture behind you, bro.
I'm gonna
Oh yeah, for the audio listeners, we have a photo, an animated photo or illustrated photo of Scott's naked body up behind me on the wall. There's some tape on his wiener, so,
Yeah.
so we don't get demonetized on
we keep
YouTube.
we keep it G-rated here unless we're talking about sex. Anyway, let's move on.
Wait,
Oh,
we just
Kevin's
gotta get
ASMR.
Kevin. ASMR Kevin.
Sorry, Kev.
Okay.
A bracelet snapping on the wrist. I feel like I could look that up on YouTube and find like
Right.
Yeah.
a compilation.
Ooh,
of
I know what's a
different
good one.
bracelets.
I hope I don't delete something on my computer. You guys
Microphone.
can't hear it, but I'm listening to the headphones. It actually sounds pretty nice. The keyboard
Microphone.
clicking. That sounds good.
I do like the keyboard clicks.
Rubbing against a keyboard. Well, Kev, I have a question for you.
What was that?
You're a youth. You're a youth.
Mm-hmm.
Youths.
Youths.
And you went to your first rave recently.
What's my first rave? I
You're
did.
20 years old. You don't drink, but you went to a rave and you had some Red Bulls and you partied with friends a little bit. How was it?
It was really good. Like, I didn't have the best New Year's. I just hung out like a buddy's house. There was like 15 people over. We just kind of hung out.
What does that mean by not the best? Like it was not fun? It was bad? Or
It was fine.
it was just like a relaxed
It
New
was
Year's?
just relaxed New Year's. Like, it wasn't like a big party. I didn't like go crazy or anything. I was just hanging out. We were just chilling.
And you wanted to go crazy.
And I wanted to go crazy. So my buddies were at the rave and they got tickets for the next night, the day after New Year's Eve.
Mhm.
And I was like, well, fuck it. Like, the tickets are still available. I'm going to go. My couple buddies wanted to go and we are like, let's do it. So we all got in the car and we went out there, and it was fucking like one of the best nights of my life, I think.
Who was playing?
I don't know.
Was
we saw a few people like Side Piece, Major Lazer, Dead Mouse.
Oh,
you
shit.
don't know. Here's everybody.
Yeah, he's like some randos, and it's like the biggest fucking like DJs or whatever.
Yeah.
Fucking huge names.
Yeah, Major Lazer, Dead Mouse, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Was it?
Dead Mouse is really cool.
Yeah.
That was one of my favorites.
But anyways, back to the rave.
Back to the rave.
Where'd you go? Was it big? Was it like a lot of people? Were you talking to anybody special?
Yeah, it was a really big rave. It was out in like San Bernardino area.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. Was it like a club?
It was
Outside?
like an outdoor. It was an outdoor event, and they had like 3 different hangars. So there's like 3 different shows going on at once.
So this shit was like Coachella.
What was the name
it was a
of
huge
it?
place. It was called Countdown. So I went out there with. It was just my buddy that went the night before that came with me, and the friend that lives on the street, Ahmad, one of my best friends that went with me.
Mm-hmm.
And then I invited a girl from the party that I was at the night before, and she needed to buy a ticket from her friends that were up there at an Airbnb. So we picked up 2 more people, and they came with us.
Gotcha.
But long story short, like the friend of the friend of the friend that came with us is the only person that we hung out with. The other 2 like disappeared at some like as soon as we got there. So it was just me, this girl, and my friend Ahmad and Daniel, and we were just hanging out the whole time.
Right on.
And is this girl? Someone a potential?
No.
You just friends?
Yeah.
Okay.
We just had a good night at the rave.
Wow. She's not a potential. The way you texted me, you were like, it was really fun. It was the best night of my life. I was just hanging out and hung out with this girl I met the other night, and it was great.
Well, it was a great night. Like I had an amazing time.
I thought you meant it like
He's
I
like,
was
I'm
hanging out with
married.
this girl that I like. Like
No, I mean it was just super fun. Like, cause I'm sober, so for me it was like one of the most euphoric experiences to be at. Like, a lot of people don't like the rave music, but I've always been around that music.
yeah,
Like,
because I used to
you
play it all
used
the
to play it
time
all the time.
when
So-
I was on drugs.
Yeah. So to me, like
just kidding.
I love the music. So when I like was there and like in front of the stage, like on the rails with like all my homies, it was the fucking best night ever.
That's
you know?
dope.
Yeah.
That's really cool to be a sober raver. I think it's a niche community.
I would say
There's
it's-
probably
yeah.
4 other people there at the rave that were also sober.
Yeah, probably. Anyway, that was a really fun rave. Like, got my New Year's kiss, even though it wasn't New Year's, but super.
You got a
fun.
New Year's kiss?
So you guys did have a New Year's kiss.
Yeah,
and it was
so
kind of fun.
It wasn't New Year's, but yeah,
It wasn't New Year's.
Was it January
it
1st?
was the day after January.
Got
1st.
it.
Oh, right,
Yeah.
right. But you guys
That
were
still
like,
counts.
we didn't really. We were celebrating the real New
Still
Year's
counts.
now.
Yeah, I'll take that. It's still
Nice.
New Year's.
Hey, good job.
When I can get a kiss, I'll take a kiss.
I'll take it. Yeah, we'll take those, yeah.
Well, while you were out raving, I was battling my anxieties. I try to take a couple days off of taking my anxiety medication because
Yeah.
I'm running out. I got to find a new doctor, and I don't really want to like be stuck on anxiety medicine
Depending on
all
it.
the time. I don't want to depend on it. And the one
Yeah.
that I had was meant to be temporary. It wasn't a permanent one, which I'm not knocking anyone who uses permanent antidepressants like Prozac, Lexapro, whatever. Mine was supposed to be a temporary one that like you take a half in the morning or a whole in the morning, and it would like kind of level me out and keep me like from having a panic attack.
Yeah.
So it's like you take it daily, but it's preventative. It's not like like a
Right.
Xanax where you take it when you're having a panic attack.
Sure.
But it had a similar effect. But Xanax goes like up in a big spike, whereas the one I was taking was Klonopin is supposed to go up and stay level for like 11 hours.
Oh.
Right.
So
So
it was
you're
like-
not like peaking up and down and having these.
Yeah.
So how long have you been off of it?
Well, I had a half of one yesterday because I was off of it for 2.5 days. And usually my dosage was half in the morning, half at night to help me sleep as well. Cause like my mind would not be racing while I'm trying to go to bed.
Yeah.
So I did 2 days off of it completely. And then yesterday I went to work out. I drank coffee in the morning, right? And I had some eggs. And then I had a little bit of pre-workout like 2 hours later before I worked out. And I was like, it's been long enough. I ate in between. Like I didn't
With
have
that beta alanine
the beta alanine, like whatever it is that they
makes
have.
you itch.
They have focused AF on the bottle.
Yeah.
I'm like, now I'm going to hyper focus on any sort of,
Yeah.
if a negative thought gets in my head about my body feeling bad or something, then
Yeah.
I think honestly what triggered it was like, we were going to do the high episode today. And I was talking to Jack about how I taken 2 days off of my anxiety medicine and I'm trying to like kind of wean myself. I mean, trying to get used to my brain balancing out without it
Yeah.
again. And talking about my brain being imbalanced made me be like,
Sure.
oh wow, it's been 2 days since I took my anxiety medicine. Like I'm feeling weird now. Like I like got in my own head about it, which is what my anxiety has always been. Like I just get in my head about small little things. So I was like, I'm working out because exercise is like my favorite thing to do. I try to like stimulate my body so that I stop stimulating my brain so much. And I was like scatterbrained at that point. I started being like, oh fuck, I can't. I did like 10 pull-ups and then I was like pacing around. Couldn't figure out, like I can't do another workout. Like it was weird.
I really feel like I'm not able to like diagnose or anything, but I feel like meditation seems like if you're able to like get the hang of it and like do that seems like a really good like outlet for you, because it seems like a lot of your anxiety is just like your mind and like overthinking and like all these things where like I think the point of meditation is to sort of like center that and calm that down and to like clear your mind, because people who are good at meditation, like I'm not, so I can't really like speak about it, but they're able to like almost like shut off their mind and just like relax and like come at peace with that, which is something if you're able to like learn and get into would work really well.
Have tried a few different times, but
how have you tried? Just like with the apps?
Yeah.
We gotta
you want me to
next
take
episode we gotta bring on what are they called?
The meditationist?
Yeah, meditationist. That's probably not the proper term, but yeah, we'll bring them on.
I think I need a psychiatrist. And maybe a therapist.
Yeah.
Psychiatrist.
Oh yeah,
first.
you don't do therapy or anything?
No.
Yeah, that'd be good for you too.
I did. I had a psychiatrist and a therapist when I was younger for like a few sessions, but I didn't love it. I had so much social anxiety that I didn't want to go there. But yeah, that's been my last 2 days. I actually took one this morning as well because I drank coffee because I was going to go work out, and then I was like, oh shit, we're doing a podcast. So I couldn't burn off my energy. But yeah, definitely in the new year, that's one of my goals, is to see a psychiatrist and a therapist.
Yeah, I think that'd be really good for you because you've always been super anxious, like always.
Yeah.
Always.
I used to get really anxious about like little things, like going to a new gas station.
A new gas station?
I'd always go to the same gas station because I was like, I know that one works.
Oh, you know what?
Like, so I wouldn't do new things.
That sounds like OCD or
I don't
something.
think. Yeah, someone said that to me, but I don't think
it's that.
I would just get very nervous trying anything new without like being around people.
I also drove to that same gas station that I went to all the time. I put the pump in and I pumped my gas, and then I got in my car and I turned it on and I left with the pump in my car.
Ooh, did you rip it out?
I ripped it out. They're built to rip out so it doesn't like break the shit down. Like I think in the past they have like actually like caused huge problems, but now they're built to easily rip out of the socket.
I had a bad experience at a gas station one time. I was like pumping gas. I turned my car off because you're supposed to turn your car off.
And then I got stabbed and mugged.
No. So
that would be a terrible experience.
Right.
Let's see what this was.
But I was sitting in the front seat just waiting for the gas to pump. Like I wasn't standing outside. And this like super creepy guy comes up and he's like knocking right on my window. And I'm like shaking my head. I'm like, I don't want to talk to this guy. Like he looks scary. And I was just like shaking my head no, and my like window was absolutely like I couldn't hear what he was saying, but he was like knocking, and I was like, I'm gonna get like mugged or something. And I turned my car on while it's still pumping gas to like be like, okay, I'm leaving, because maybe he like would think like, okay, I'm gonna like pull out. And then he goes, you can't do that. Your car's gonna blow up or something, because you like, I guess you're not supposed to turn it on while it's pumping gas or something. But
yeah, you're not.
I think so. So I was like, shit, I could just like blow us up or something. But then he left, and then I ran out and I took the gas out and then got in my car and drove away really fast.
I was wondering how that was going to end. I was like, so his pump is stuck in there. The guy's knocking on his window and he's not leaving. You turn on the car, he's still not leaving, and then he just leaves.
Yeah, no. As soon as I turn the car, he's like, you can't do that. And he's like pointing to the thing, like, he's like, don't do that. And then he like walked away, and I was like, oh, okay. I wonder what he's trying to tell me.
It was like it all seemed like it was leading up to so much more.
It was anticlimactic, but scary,
but still scary.
Car on, he probably ran away. He's like, this guy's gonna blow up. I gotta get out of here.
Like, this guy's a maniac.
Yeah, that's funny. Let's get into a lighter topic.
Okay. Well, I got something crazy.
It's Jack's turn. We had this was a very even keeled one. It was like Kevin had something to talk about. I had anxiety, and then
Scott had anxiety. Jack has a interesting, mind blowing thing.
What the fuck? That's crazy, dude. That blew my mind.
Oh, you haven't heard the half of it, buddy. You haven't heard any of it, actually. But so for anyone watching or listening, a couple episodes back, we were talking about like facts, and one of them was crows are experiencing their stone age, and they're already at a level that is they're smarter than cavemen were at like a certain period of like humans evolution, and because they're like domesticating animals, wolves and stuff, and they're just very intelligent and they can like make things. And we posted that clip to TikTok, and someone commented, "Have you seen the videos of crows speaking?"
What?
And I dove into this weird tunnel of crows being able to talk.
We're already there, man.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I was watching it this morning and I was like, holy shit. And it's not like, because like obviously you know parrots can talk, but you wouldn't expect a crow to speak.
Yeah.
So this was the best one. There's a bunch of different cases of this. Like it's not just one specific crow that's like mind blowing. There's a lot of crows that can do this, I guess. So there's 2 videos. This is a lady who has a pet crow, and she's like taught it to speak.
Say hello. Hey, hello.
Hello. Hello.
Holy shit.
How are you?
How are you?
Damn.
Pretty cold, buddy.
How are you? How are you?
I'm cold.
Wow.
If it
Kind of mimics her voice too.
yeah,
Yeah.
it mimics her voice. So anyone listening to audio, it's like repeating what she said. It's like, how are you?
It's
And
crazy
then-
how like articulated
But it sounds like the parrot's like,
Yeah.
I want a cracker. You know, like
Yeah.
it's like
No,
this
this-
sounds like it's mimicking not only the language but also her tone of voice.
Yeah. So hers was the most impressive that I found. So here's her second one.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
How are you, buddy? How are you?
How are you?
I'm good. Hey, what's up? What's up? Hey, you tell me what's up?
What's up? What's up?
Well, it's pretty cold outside, right? I know, right? It's cold out. I know. I know.
I know, right? I know.
Do you have a bad cough? Do you have a bad cough from being so cold? Oh dear, I have a cough. Do you have a cough? Do you have a bad cough? Oh, that's awful.
What is your cough,
Oh, we gotta
dude?
go then. Go
That's
rest.
insane.
What the fuck? The cough is crazy.
That's so nuts, dude. That's fucking insane.
Dude.
I'm gonna domesticate and train one of those.
I
So
know, we gotta
perform
get a
at my
crow
next
for this
concert.
podcast. We gotta look
That's
into
really
that.
cool. When it goes, what's up?
Yeah, it says, like, how does a crow say up? Because, like, you know, like, P words are the hardest ones to pronounce because it's like your lips coming together and they
And,
just have a beak.
like,
So it's tough, like,
mimicking-
You say it like Scream. What's up?
Like also mimicking a cough, like it's very good at like mimicking. That's crazy.
yeah.
It's insane.
That's
But-
actually very cool.
Hey, Scott,
yes, Jack.
I think it's time to segue to something pretty interesting.
Yeah, I heard some creature stumbling around outside.
Creature.
A creature. A creature you may have seen before on Big Brother, but you might have seen even more recently on a more popular show, Tana Mongeau's Instagram stories and TikTok. Millions of views in the course of a weekend. His name is Brett W. Robinson, and he's my roommate.
Oh! Come on in, Brett.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Sit on down next to Kevy.
What's up, Brett?
Wow.
Kev, we're gonna get intimate.
We are in the presence of a reality TV star.
I don't know where
Yeah.
you've been,
You guys are making me blush. I didn't want to do it on camera.
You're Kevin. I don't know where you've been, man.
Kevin just immediately.
Or do you?
Yeah.
I've literally been upstairs this entire time.
So, I guess we wanted to come on here and talk to you about reality TV. Would be one subject. Also, how your New Year's went, because you weren't here. You were supposed to be here, and you ended up staying in Vegas.
man.
Everything just spiraled so fast.
Yeah. You had a crazy weekend, huh?
It was a pretty. I was originally down in the Keys, and I was gonna do Miami, and then Scott was like, "No, come back here. Let's do something fun." And then Scott needs to work on his communication skills.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he does.
I said we have something to go to tonight. We had a +1 specifically for you.
No, that wasn't the problem. It was about 6 p.m. on New Year's Eve, and he goes, "By the way, you need a negative COVID test." And I was in Vegas at the time, and I was like, I don't see how this is physically possible.
Why were you still in Vegas at 6 p.m.? I would have been able to convey this information to you so much faster if you had come over.
Well, so here's the thing, Scott. I'm down to my last brain cell. Okay. And it's working really hard. Some would even say overtime. So then I just ended up staying in Vegas and running into a bunch of my friends there.
Yeah, I saw that you're dating Tana Mongeau now on her story.
Is it official?
Here's what I'll say. Okay, here's what I'll say. Me and Tana have never actually planned to hang out, but for some reason we keep running into each other. Like a lot.
It's like it's meant to
We
be.
were just like in
Yeah.
the same crowds, and we hang out, we get along, and actually she was supposed to be in LA originally, and then I ran into her in Vegas, and
Wow.
that's about, I don't know if you guys
It's
believe
like
in
fate.
This sounds like fate.
I
Yeah,
was gonna say, I don't know if you believe in
meant
destiny.
to be.
I don't know if you believe in fate. I don't know if you even believe in coincidences. And I'm not sure I know the difference between all of them.
Hell of a coincidence.
Hell of a coincidence. And then anybody that, is on the app, Instagram or TikTok, would know that we were together in Vegas.
I had people texting me, what's going on with Tana and Brett? Are they actually dating for real? I was like, I don't know. I think Brett and Tana are both on benders in Vegas right now hanging out, but I don't know if they're actually dating.
We were definitely on a bender. It was yes.
You looked handsome in those TikToks.
Oh God.
And you read
Devilishly so.
the comments and everyone's like, oh my God, he looks great. This is a great guy for you. And then there's other people that are like,
If you read
not
the
Brett from Big Brother. Holy shit.
He's a monster.
That guy. Yeah, one of Tana's captions was she's like with a sweet Southern boy. That's a new change for her. So that's you.
The thing is, I've explained many times that I'm not from the South. I don't know why it's stuck in her brain that like she just
Where are
thinks
you
I'm
from?
from the South. I'm from Connecticut.
The least South place
Okay.
ever.
She just wants to dream, dude.
We've had this conversation multiple times.
But in Tana's defense, I see it, okay? And I saw one of her comments responding back because I was looking at it. I was very intrigued by
Yeah.
this little relationship budding or whatever it is. And she was like, okay, like likes country music, cowboy boots, big truck.
In her defense, I did meet her in a cowboy hat at Poppy's.
Oh.
In her defense, and Scott was
God.
there.
And you kind of like, you'll put on your cowboy boots and go to Stagecoach and Daisy Dukes and,
Yeah,
do the whole cowboy thing.
Yeah,
You're just a
these are my man
transition
joints.
Southern boy.
And I did live in Alabama for 6 years.
Okay.
Wow.
So
I
you
went
got
to
some
university.
Southern in you.
There's a lot.
Not in your
I like
roots.
to think the more important years,
Yeah.
Yes. So there are some factors, but when she said that, I was like, half of my followers are going to be like, this guy's from Connecticut. And then half of my followers are going to be like,
perfect place for you to be from because it is so unsouth.
it is.
Connecticut.
It is.
Isn't this crazy that we had this podcast planned with Brett for 1 month to film today? And like, he just got home and miraculously something cloudy happened. He was hanging out with Tana all weekend. So we had this clickbaitable topic
Yeah.
that we can talk about.
Thanks for giving us a good title, my
Thanks,
man.
Brett.
Thanks, Brett. Thanks, Tana.
Go do some more crazy shit. We'll bring it back on. Get some more clickbait.
What do you mean crazy shit?
It feels good to be able to
Wild.
contribute
Sorry.
back. Yeah, it does. It feels good to be able to like give back,
Yeah, appreciate
You know?
it. So did you and Tana like click?
Of course, I mean, I didn't leave for 3 days.
I was going
No.
to come home the next day, but then I stayed. And then I stayed, and then I stayed, and then I drove her home because one of the TikToks is you and her holding hands in your
Oh, you
truck.
drove her home?
Well, they got shocker. Day after New Year's Eve, all the private jets are sold out. No, shocker. That nobody planned to head on that one, and they got stranded. And I was miraculously, I had driven. I don't even know how it made. Like I was originally in LA, and then I drove to Vegas, and then I flew out of Vegas because LAX has been like canceling flights left and right.
Yeah.
Like something like 150 flights.
Yeah.
Damn.
I didn't fact check that. I don't know that for sure. But,
Something like that.
something like I said it, so it's factual. And then I flew down to Florida for Christmas, and then had to fly back to Vegas, and originally was going to be in LA. So it's just kind of like, again, it spiraled.
So it's fate. And then you also saved the day.
I did save that, and luckily I'm a Southern gentleman.
Yeah.
So
like
I
a
had a big enough.
movie.
I had a big enough truck to get everybody home.
Damn.
Yes.
Got you.
Brett to the rescue.
Yeah, I do what I can.
Right on. Well, that's crazy. I just can't believe we've had this planned for so long, and it just fell into our laps like that. But
In next week's episode, one of us will get ordained, and we will wed you and Tana. We'll get you guys married.
I was gonna start it off because I had a gut feeling I was gonna be asked about this. not the 3 TikToks that all hit 3 million views or 2 million views, but I just had a feeling. Yeah. And I was gonna start it off and be like, actually, we got married.
Dude, I was so shocked.
We didn't get married.
All right. Yeah.
we almost went to a chapel in Las Vegas while we were blacked out and got married. As people do, as you do, right?
As you do.
I've heard that I think she's done that.
I think so. All right, so you had a crazy weekend in Vegas, but you were also kind of crazy on Big Brother, which I never saw, but like,
yeah,
I've heard from other people that I know directly that you were kind of rambunctious on that show, and then also from like your comments and my comments that, you know, people are telling us that we look alike on your shit and telling me like, oh my God, Scott and Brett from Big Brother, and well, Big Brett was my favorite. Brett was my favorite on Big Brother, or oh my God, I hated Brett on Big Brother. You know, people pick their sides. What was going on that show?
Yeah, what happened,
dude? I did not know what the fuck I was doing.
How long ago was it?
Or what I got signed up for. So that was summer of 2018.
Oh, damn.
So like
this
June will be 4 years from. It's also the show is over 3 months of filming. So so it'll be 4 years from the beginning of filming in June, and then like September 28th is 4 years from the end of filming.
Got it. And did you make it to the end?
I made it 87 out of 100 days.
Damn.
Oh, so you're one of the final few.
Yeah, it was final 6 because at the end, then they just start like chopping people. But it was a long time. But like I said, like I had never even watched the show. I didn't know. I was like, fuck it, I can do this.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of why I was so polarizing. Where like it was kind of a breath of fresh air because if you go in with no expectation of what to do, I was doing things that like diehards are like, you can't do that. You can't do that. You're not allowed to. This is the way that it's always been done. And I just came in and completely flipped it upside down. It's like partially because I didn't know what the fuck I was doing, but like it actually worked.
Yeah.
So from the beginning, like as soon as I walked in the house, I was like #1 target. And I was like, there's no chance I win this if I try to go the nice route. I was like, so my goal here is, I was like, if I'm the most hated guy in the house, everybody's gonna, but like in a lovable way, but like as long as I remain the bigger target, like Kevin, you're always gonna want me here because nobody's gonna go after you.
Okay, I see. That's a good
I
point.
like that. Can you just
that's
real
smart.
quick? Can you real quick explain the premise of Big Brother for anyone who hasn't seen it, like me, for example?
Yeah, I haven't seen it either.
Simplest. It's so the show has tons of it's reality TV, so tons of twists and turns and different things that change. But on the most elementary explanation, you have 16 people from all walks of life, and I really mean that. Like they'll have like a 60-year-old married man, they'll have a 21-year-old single college chick, like all walks of life. 8 guys, 8 girls in the house. The competition is 100 days. And it roughly adds up to, so every single week there is a competition to start the week off, and that's your head of household. If you win that, that is the only guaranteed safety.
Like
Everyone
immunity.
else is eligible to be evicted and blocked. And the reason that you would want to stay the entire show is when I was filming, you would win $500,000. They just changed it this past season to $750,000.
Damn.
Inflation.
Yeah. So every week there's a competition. That person wins. With your safety, that comes at a cost. So you have to nominate 2 people to be evicted.
Ooh.
But only one can be evicted.
And then do you vote within the house, or is
And
it
then
like
the
fan
rest of the house votes on which one's evicted. Now where you get, it's like a double-edged sword, is like obviously you're safe, but you have an enemy in the house because
Right, you
only
just
one
sent
person
2
can get
people.
blocked.
Yeah.
Or one person can get evicted.
Wait, is it
devious
anonymous
over there.
voting, or do you guys like raise your hand and be like, I want Vicky out?
No, it's anonymous.
It's anonymous.
Yeah.
Okay.
Obviously, I can walk out of the vote and go, like, after the ceremony and go, Scott, who'd you vote for? Yeah. And everyone can start saying and adding it up, but obviously you don't know who's lying, and then there are alliances. So every week someone's evicted. It lasts 100 days. The last person in the house wins whatever the grand prize was for that year.
It's kind of like Survivor.
It's exactly like Survivor, but in a house and 3 times the length. So it gets super bloody and super complicated. And then at the end of the game, really how you win, and this gets super complicated because there's so many moving variables. The last 11 people in the house are considered jury. So like the first 5 people that are evicted, they leave, they go home, they hop on a flight, they are done on the show, they can watch the TV live, they can do everything. The rest of the people have to go to a secondary house, and they have to live there for the rest of the game.
Damn, the first person off would be lonely for a little bit.
yeah, because it's like day 50, so you're still living by yourself for another like 50 days.
Yeah.
But obviously every week someone comes and joins you, so that house eventually gets bigger. And the reason they do that is final 2, the other 9 vote which one of the final 2 wins. So because you can have no outside influence, you can't like, because if I get out and then I find out all these fucked up things that you said about me,
so you don't get your phone or anything?
Nothing. So you go live in this secondary jury house, no outside influence from the world. Those 9 vote, but it's like,
Do you get like Netflix or something?
nothing.
What do you do all day?
You talk. You just talk to. But everything is designed to make you go crazy. At the end of the day,
they feed you alcohol too, right?
Not as much as they like back in the day. Like they used to give people like bottles of booze, like hard liquor. Now it's super, super, super limited. Every now and then they would give the rest of the house booze, like towards the end of the game. But I always gave my booze away because I wanted people to get drunk and start opening their mouths.
That doesn't sound like you at all.
Devious boy.
Really playing to win.
I was. Well, when you're the biggest target in the house and everyone like hates you, every chance you can get to push the attention to someone else or get someone else upset, you do.
Did you get into any fights?
I was in like 5 of the 6 major fights of the season.
Anything like actually physical?
No. It's not physical. But like,
because you
but
probably
like,
get kicked off, right?
Yeah,
If you actually,
you know what I mean?
someone.
But that was why I always did. I was like, I want this person to hit me.
Oh, so you're like
Because if
them,
they
making them
hit
on.
me, that's one less person I have to get.
You're playing good.
Devious boy.
I was playing dirty. I was like, hit me. Fucking hit me. And like, I was like, $500,000, I'll take a swing from anyone. Yeah. But in my defense, never did I get in a fight because of something that I started. I was always cornered and forced to get myself out of the corner. Never one time did I start it. I just reacted.
Got it.
I'll believe it when I see it. Now, why did you
I know
spell
we're
it?
gonna have a watch party for this season of Big Brother.
There's a lot of episodes.
We haven't figured out. Honestly, we wanted to look up clips of you on YouTube, and it's like hard to find specific clips. We found you spelling anal lice for some reason, but it was like
that was kind of like a meme. What happened there?
It was a remix with some audio in it, but
I forget what the exact, like obviously it was a spelling competition, and so yeah, it was like a word scramble, and they were like, put a word together, and they give you a hint, and I was just like, wait a second, that's anal. Wait a second, that's anal lice. I was like, this is way better than if I won this.
you caused a moment. You were always looking out. You were strategically trying to win, but you were also trying to be funny to gather that clout from the show and
100%.
roll it into social media.
So the word you were trying to the jumbled word was alliance.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. The word was alliance, but
And it's all jumbled up. You just saw anal and lice. You're like,
That's a
hell
very
yeah.
show-related term. But anal could be show-related as well. You guys got to sleep together on that show, right?
I mean, at the end of the day, it was like I knew the chances of me, because my back was against the wall the whole time. Like I think I was the most nominated person to be blocked or evicted. I was the most nominated person to be evicted the entire season. Like it got to a point where I was just like, all right, like who's gonna sit up here next to me? Like it was just ridiculous. So, but it was kind of nice because I got a lot of FaceTime, because every time that you're nominated, you are given the opportunity to either pitch to the crowd or pitch to the HOH, like why they should take you off or why they should or shouldn't. So I got a lot of FaceTime, but with that FaceTime, I was forced to stir the house up.
Yeah.
So it was like, even though like you would go into a vote having like a decent idea, you really have no clue what someone's actually going to do when they go in that room. You have no clue.
Because there's also strategy. It's not just like we want to vote home the guy we hate the most.
So that's why like the role that I played I had a strong alliance. We dominated all season. And the role that I played was I will be your battle shield. Like I will be the blunt force. I will be the battle shield for you guys. But I always had to come through with the speech of like stirring the house up and making everyone come after me. I was like, if you guys just keep me here, you'll never sit on the block, and I'll be that battle shield for you. But it was hilarious because this is the craziest thing about it. Obviously, We find out the vote, and I stay. And everyone in the house treats you like you have the plague. And I'm sitting here, and I'm like, well, somebody voted for me to stay. Like, like someone likes me here. So like half the house that didn't vote was like super pissed and like, who voted for him to stay? Who did this? And they're on like a manhunt. And even the people
nobody's gonna fucking say it.
But nobody's gonna say it. But everybody treats you, whether they're on your side or not. Like if you're nominated, like nobody wants to be seen talking to you. Yeah. So I would just like sit in the corner like Steven Glansberg and just played my role. I was like, all right. I was like, but someone voted.
Hate me, fucking hate me. Yeah.
I was like,
the villain.
That makes sense though, because like if I was thinking of strategy and anonymously had to vote of the person, I'd be like, I'm gonna keep the one that everyone hates, like,
Yeah.
because then they're just gonna keep going back there, and I don't have to worry about myself.
How do you think
So that's a
Kevin
smart
would do on
strategy.
this show?
Not good.
Kevin would be home before they even start filming.
He'd be home and in bed by 8 o'clock.
I will say, man, it is it's so easy for us to like sit in this room right now and say, yeah, man, like I would get up there and say this and I would do this, because when the moment actually comes and you have to stand up and you're on live television with 10 million people watching and Julie Chan's like, Brett, what do you want to say right now? And you got 15 strangers in this room that you don't know, and you're like, holy fuck, am I really about to blow this house up? And I would say crazy shit. I'd be like, Rockstar came to me and wanted to start an alliance, and she's actually kissing him, and she's actually doing this, and she's a liar, and I can promise you if you vote me to stay. And then like the vote would end, and I had this lady chase me around the house with pots and pans for like 4 hours screaming. Dude, that was I was like, she's gonna punch me in the face. I was like, this is happening. I really thought.
And if you put people in a house with no like social media, no phones, like no contact, and they're all trying to one of them win $500,000, like you're gonna like hate people.
Well, you got to realize too, like it's the same as like with relationships. So like just because like, and there was a ton of relationships on my show, like girls. I mean, obviously you're paired together, it works. But like just because you work in the house doesn't mean that you're gonna work in the real world, because there are real world things going on. Like, okay, did she like not reply to my text and post a story? Right, there's like all this outside influence that is real world situations that you don't know. And it's like, yeah, of course I trust you. We're in a 10 by 10 room. You're never leaving my side. I know you're not cheating on me right now.
Right.
But like you have no clue what people are like in the real world. Yep. And there's a ton of like real world things like, I don't know, does this person care enough to say happy birthday to me? Does this person care enough to follow up and check in on me? Like there's no effort when you're locked in a cell together for 100 days. Obviously you're going to talk to me. We have to talk. But is my relationship valuable enough that you're going to go out of your way to speak to me and check up on me and see how my life is, or know what's going on, or you even want to hang out with me?
Yeah.
But fun fact, I believe Big Brother has the highest success rate of relationships of all reality TV shows.
I can see that. Because I mean, if you look at The Bachelor, like The Bachelor seems like a horrible idea. Like one person being with like 27 people, and then like the final person that's winning, and then they have to go watch the show and see them like be intimate with all these other people. Like they probably go insane.
It's also forced. Like you technically, let's call it what it is. There are plenty of girls and guys that go on The Bachelor that have no intention of dating anyone.
They just want to be.
They just want to be on a TV show. They literally just want to be on a TV show, and that's the thing with Big Brother, is that like
it's organically formed relationships for no reason.
Exactly, and the other thing is like if you can live in a room with someone for that many days, like it's not an act. Like there's a lot of like acting with other shows. Like I think The Bachelor films in like between 6 and 8 weeks.
Yeah,
and you still have like break time. You're not with each other the whole time. You have your own room. You can get away. Like. You are on top of each other for 100 days. Like it's designed to make people go crazy and fight. It's kind of like a trauma bond. Like you went through like a pretty traumatizing thing. Like for example, me, like I did not have any fame or clout or like even like a following on social media or like even how to handle that world.
Weren't you like a computer science person or something?
Yeah, management information systems. I was a cybersecurity engineer when I left to do the show.
Do you get paid at all for your time being on the show?
It's negligible.
It's like a per diem sort of thing?
It's like a per diem. It is literally, it's negligible. It's like enough to like maybe pay 2 of your bills while you're gone.
Damn. So and you had to quit your job to go on the show?
Oh yeah. Well, that's the crazy thing, dude.
You gambled.
Like, and it was a gamble. It was a serious gamble.
We already know he loves Vegas. He's there all weekend.
Can you imagine if you quit your job, go on the show, and you're like the first person sent home? You're like, fuck.
And I feel like
quit my job.
I feel kind of like a lot of the people that did the show did not have like a career like I had. Like a lot of people like worked at Margaritaville as a waitress or a waiter, or like were quitting jobs that like you can easily go get another like waiter job, or another waitress job. Like I was like giving up 401k and benefits and quit, and like relatively early in my career where it's like, it's not like your job's guaranteed. Like at the time, like it wasn't like I had 20 years experience and I could just go get another job. I was like 25 and I was only like 2 years into it.
Damn.
Why did you quit? Well, I wanted to be on Big Brother. I don't think we can hire your kind here.
That was actually like a huge problem that I faced. Like, so at first I was like, dude, my networking will be perfect. I ended up transitioning into an account executive role selling cybersecurity software now. But originally I was like, oh, this is perfect. Like, obviously, like everyone knows Big Brother. They'll want to buy it for me. They love me, blah, blah, blah. But I had so much trouble afterwards, like getting a job, because everyone kept being like, are you just going to quit and go do another show at any point in time?
Oh, yeah.
Which is complete bullshit, though, because if you ask me, at any point in time, a headhunter can hit me up and go, hey, Brett, we're going to offer you more money, and I could go to another company.
Yeah.
So why is that any different than for me, it's just opportunity driven.
Yeah, I might take another opportunity if it fucking presents itself. Like,
Yeah,
why would you not give me a fucking job?
Companies are weird. They're like, we want you to be here till you die.
Treat me well and I'll stay.
Yeah.
But for me at the time, I was already leaving my company. I had like just gotten it was a perfect storm, honestly, the way that it worked out. For whatever reason, they hit me up and they're like, hey, Brett, we got this cool opportunity. And I honestly kept telling them like to fuck off. I was like, listen, this is what I would do, but I'm going to be honest, like, I'm probably not going to do the show. I don't want to do it. And it just got to the point where like, no, we love you. This is perfect. This is perfect. This is perfect. And right at that time, I had gotten a new manager that was like pushing me to quit. Like, because I like, he wasn't pushing me to quit. I just hated him.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck this job. Like, I am like so fed up with this job. And it just worked out that I was like, you know what, man? Fuck it. If like, for example, like, let's say I was the first one blocked, this doesn't work out and I'm totally fucked. I was like, I could technically move into my parents' house if I had to do it.
Right.
Yeah.
Luckily, it worked out.
Sick. That's
You
a good.
left
That's
and
a
you-
good story for the not gonna make it mantra.
That is our whole thing, is talking about our like failures to success, or like getting success out of something that you kind of took a gamble on, you know,
Yeah.
you didn't know you were going to get.
Okay, I got a perfect story for you here.
You just gave us one.
No, I got a better
got
one.
more.
I got a better one.
He's like, you were going to film a 5-hour podcast with me today, and I have a lot to tell you.
No, I actually, at the time, if the show didn't work out and like I was trying to leave the job, my mom, obviously my parents were like, right, you just went to college and got a degree for a reason. And I was like, fuck this job. I would literally rather live on a houseboat down in Marina Del Rey and just be a bodybuilder and just like get by. And that's what I was like fully prepared to do. I like had my truck packed, was like ready to go, and this ended up just like working out.
He do be building bodies.
Well,
his
it's been a rough month.
He be decomposing bodies. His own is rotting from the inside out.
Decomposing my own body. Yes.
Yes.
Inspiring.
I try. I try.
We all look up to you now like a big brother.
Well, Scott's taller than me, but
Yeah, but you were on Big Brother, so we're going to look up to you like you're a big brother. Plus, as a roommate of the apartment, you are one of our blood brothers.
Yeah,
I love that.
There's
Thank
four
you,
of us.
guys.
Yeah, there's
All-
4 blood brothers,
All 4 of us are
and
blood
you two
brothers.
actually look the most alike. Brett and
It is.
Brett and
It
Scott.
is crazy.
Every time we do anything together, people are like, that guy kind of looks like a buff version of you.
I had literally my own family hit me up and be like, that guy looks more like your brother than me. like my actual blood brothers. My family is not like, they think I'm the craziest person in the world that I did a reality TV show. Like, they think I'm the craziest person in the world that I even post things on the internet for the world to see. Like,
You're the odd
they're
one out.
they're not about that life.
They
Like,
ain't
they're like,
about it.
I love you. Like, and that's nice for you. Like, you do that.
Stay away,
But
though.
we want no part of this. And I like feel guilty at times. I don't know if you ever run into this, but like my family's like kind of private, some of them. And obviously like I want to like show my family and like I love my family and like tag and post them into things, but I don't, because they don't want any part of it. They're like, I don't want to be tagged in that. But then I'm like, does it look bad? Then I'm like, not.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like a weird, some people do and some people don't.
Yeah, I mean, certain family members that are more camera shy. Like my dad and my stepmom didn't really ever want to be on camera. And then they were like, yeah, I'll be in that or whatever.
Right.
Kevin was always in my videos. My little brother Lucas has his Instagram on private and like doesn't even tell me his username because like one time I was like, he doesn't want people to follow him, so go follow him. And he was like, bro, now I have fucking 1,000 requests. I'm like, fucking thing.
Yeah, he was pissed.
So my younger brother's like a hardcore like gamesman, hunter, outdoorsy guy. Hunts a lot, loves that lifestyle. And I tagged him one time in something, and so many people went to his page and reported it because he posted like hunting pictures and things like that. All of his content got reported and taken down. And he was like, "Do not ever tag me in anything ever again, ever again."
That sucks.
I know.
Yeah, there was a wave of this recently.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
No, he just like likes to kill stuff.
No, but I mean, like I get people like don't like hunting, but if you're hunting and like cooking and like preparing the food and eating it, like that's better than like eating meat from like a
grocery
big
store.
factory. So
Dude,
if you're not like out like killing giraffes and shit in Africa,
Right,
then,
right.
like,
That's crazy. It's sad though because we're so like, I would say 99% of the population now buys their meat at a grocery store.
yeah,
They don't see that there's like eyeballs that was on that, or that there was fur and that was
yeah,
an
they
animal.
have this weird disconnect.
And because they don't see it, they hate this animal that was like literally lived in a box and then was slaughtered at 6 to 8 months, instead of this animal that lived wild, was out doing its thing and probably lived a couple of years and somebody hunted it. And some of them need to be like for population control.
Yeah. Also, I guarantee someone that hunts and like prepares that meat savors it way more and like treats it better. Like if you buy meat at the grocery store, people like throw that shit out because there's like this big disconnect.
Oh, totally, yeah. And if it doesn't look perfect.
I also have been a vegetarian my own life, so I don't know.
I was about to ask you and Kevin if you've ever been hunting. I forgot you were a vegetarian. Have you been hunting?
I'm just vegetarian because I never like the taste of meat, so I'm not like against hunting or anything.
That's fair. I had a couple buddies.
I went
Did
hunting
you
once. I
ever
didn't shoot anything.
used to eat?
We're having like
Anytime
two
my parents-
conversations now.
We're like, okay, you stay over there. Anytime my parents would like try and give me meat, because like my sister's not a vegetarian, and I would just like spit it out as like a baby and then as a kid, so then they just stopped giving it to me. So I just like I would just never eat it, and I would.
Your parents made you vegetarian by not feeding you meat, but trying to feed you meat, but you wouldn't eat it. You knew what you wanted when you got out of the womb. No meat.
True.
That's fair.
And Mom, I don't want it in your diet either because I can taste that shit when I'm drinking my milk.
Well, like I had a buddy that was raised vegetarian, and then when he tried later on in life, his body just rejected it. He would get
I think
like
at this point I
super
couldn't.
sick.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for being on the podcast, for talking about Big Brother, your experience with reality TV, your experience with Tana. Thank you so much for coming on our pod. Brett sent us off with a bang. Thank you so much, Brett, for being on the podcast.
Thank you, Brett.
Thanks, Brett.
Gentlemen, thank you. Happy to be here. I'm glad that my one brain cell was able to deliver.
Yeah, he
on
was
today's
putting in
episode.
work.
It put in work, dude. Yeah.
He's fucking running all over the place.
He's struggling.
Anyways, guys, if you're listening to this podcast or if you're watching this podcast, that's the end of the NGMI podcast, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you're watching, leave it a like. Leave it a comment. Leave a like. Leave a comment. What? Dude, my 2 brain cells, 5 brain cells, whatever the fuck it is. I got half of one now. Thank you so much. You want someone else want to do this for me today?
Kevin, send us out.
Yeah, let's hear something out of Kevin.
Wrap it up.
Fuck. Well, thank you guys for watching the NGMI podcast today. If you were watching or listening, leave us a review, leave us a like, comment, turn the notifications on, see if you want to, come back for the next time.
Hell yeah.
And
Yeah, you nailed that. That was
Good
That was
job.
good. I tried that like 5
was
times
good.
and I
Yeah.
failed.
I got a couple more brain cells than you.